Hare Krishna, Pranam told devotees here. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Welcome to all devotees in this Bhagavad Gita study. We are discussing uh, King Duryodhana being a very expert diplomat. After seeing the strength of Pandav army, he approaches his Guru Dronacharya. Out of etiquette, he personally goes and meet him. And now we are on Bhagavad Gita chapter 1, text number 3. Okay, I'll read out the verse and translation. Pashyaitam Pandaputrānam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Vyodham Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. Sridhar Swami he explains that when Duryodhana approached his military teacher, Guru Drona, uh, he informed him about the seriousness of the issue, and this discussion will continue for next 9 verses. Because in the previous verse it was said that Raja Vachanam Abdravit. So, what kind of Vachanam was that? So, this Vachana will last till 9 verses onwards. So, but today we will be discussing this particular verse. Uh, so, I will just read out the purport. Okay. Duryodhana, a great diplomat, wanted to point out the defects of Dronacharya, the great Brahmana commander in chief. Dronacharya had some political quarrel with King Drupada, the father of Draupadi, who was Arjuna's wife. So, what was that conflict? How was it generated? We will see that at the end. So, first, I will just narrate this. As a result of this quarrel, Drupad performed a great sacrifice by which he received the benediction of having a son who would be able to kill Dronacharya. Dronacharya knew this perfectly well, and yet, as a liberal Brahmana, he did not hesitate to impart all his military secrets when the son of Drupada, Dhrishtadyumna, was entrusted to him for military education. So, Dronacharya he was a liberal Brahmana, and he believed in following his own dharma, irrespective of what might be what might be the result. So he knew that the one who is going to teach would kill him in future, but still he did not hesitate from not performing his duty as a teacher. So as a brahmana, as a teacher, he was supposed to teach whoever comes to him. And here, Dhrishtadyumna, who was created for killing Drona, he approached Dronacharya, and Dronacharya readily accepted him as his disciple, uh, regardless of the fact that in future he would be the cause of Dronacharya's death. So that was uh, called adherence to dharma. Nowadays, people do not even think in terms of dharma. The first thing they think is, what would I gain by doing this? So uh, nowadays, people are thinking in terms of artha and kama. Previously, people would think in terms of dharma and moksha. Nowadays, people are mostly thinking in terms of artha and kama. So out of these four purusharthas, dharma is lost, moksha is lost. So only artha and kama. So uh, that's a very painful condition in the society, and that is why we don't have uh, neither good leaders nor good followers in the society, and there is a chaos in the society. Uh, so, if you want peace, prosperity, uh, and welfare in the society, we must have such kind of people who would follow dharma at any cost, even at the cost of one's life. So that kind of character we must have in our society, so that we can have a uh, cultured society, or a prosperous, or how to say, a healthy society. Nowadays, the situation of the society is very precarious. Uh, every day, everywhere there is complaint, not just in a home or in families, but almost in every sector of society, there is complaint. So I think there is no end of such complaints if you don't have qualified people in the society. So Dronacharya, he was of exceptional character. He uh, he knew what his dharma was, and he just followed that without considering the result of that dharma. Because somebody may even wonder that, is this reasonable to follow dharma even at the cost of life? Will it not be considered foolishness? Well, in Mahabharata and many other scriptures, uh, the motivation behind following any dharma is uh, dharma, because uh, only people who have been motivated by artha and kama, they are afraid of following dharma uh, at the cost of death. But those who are able to follow dharma at the cost of anything, they are the people who really uh, understand the value of following dharma. Because dharmo rakshati rakshita, that is the uh, pristine understanding behind following any kind of dharma. Dharmo rakshati rakshita. That means when we protect dharma, the dharma in terms will protect us. So dharma has been given by Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and by the arrangement of dharma, we will naturally be protected. So that is the assurance given by the Supreme Lord Himself. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. So, being obedient servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, we are supposed to follow dharma, understanding that Lord Shri Krishna, who beholds the dharma, he would protect us. So that's the underlying principle behind following dharma. But unfortunately, those who have no idea of this understanding, they would always think in terms of artha and kama. Artha means any material gain, and kama means sense gratification. So unless they get some uh, some material gain, or some sense gratification uh, in reciprocation, people generally do not follow dharma. That's a sad condition of the society. But only through education we can um create such a society. We can create uh, such an atmosphere where people would follow dharma at any cost, and that will create an atmosphere of Vaikuntha. So uh, it's not that only when we go to Vaikuntha we can have peace. We can have peace even here, provided we have Rajarshis and good kings, pious kings, and uh, qualified Brahmanas who would guide the human society. So Dronacharya was among such Brahmanas who knew his duty. Continuing. Now, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Dhrishtadyumna took the side of the Pandavas, and it was he who arranged for their military phalanx after having learned the art from Dronacharya. So Duryodhana was worried about this, that Dronacharya, being so liberal, he taught Dhrishtadyumna, but this Dhrishtadyumna, uh, unfortunately, was from uh, followed Pandava's side, and so Dronacharya's teaching Dhrishtadyumna was a was resulted in a very painful condition for Duryodhana. So Duryodhana is pointing it out to Dronacharya. Duryodhana pointed out this mistake of Dronacharya so that he might be alert and uncompromising in the fighting. By this, he wanted to point out also that he should not be similarly lenient in battle against the Pandavas, who were also Dronacharya's affectionate students. Arjuna, especially, was his most affectionate and brilliant student. Duryodhana also warned that such leniency in the fight would lead to defeat. So, because Duryodhana, he was calculating his strength and Pandava's strength, so he had to think in these terms, because for one for any reasons, if Bhishma Dev or Dronacharya uh, do not take their active role in the fighting, then uh, he was uh, doubtful about his victory. So first, he thought of Dronacharya, because Dronacharya was very liberal to Arjuna, and because uh, Bhishmadev had taken a vow to take the side of Kauravas. So naturally, he was expected that he would keep up his vow. But Dronacharya, because uh, he didn't have that, he had not taken that vow, because Bhishma Dev's pratigya was very famous. So Duryodhana knew that he would not break his vow. But regarding Dronacharya, he was little doubtful, because he was he had not taken any such vow, and now uh, Dronacharya had to confront his dear disciples Arjuna and other Pandavas. So that's why he was showing his concerns here. Now Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Duryodhana wants to uh, indirectly insult Dronacharya by mentioning that you are so foolish, manda buddhitvam tava, that you are so foolish that you taught your enemy's son. You should have just rejected your enemies or enemy's son, but that was your foolishness. And then he indirectly praises his enemy's intelligence, mahabuddhitvam, uh, of the enemies, your enemies, because they knew that. They had to kill you, Dronacharya. But still, somehow that they could manage to learn the art of military science from you, and now they are using it against you. So they were very intelligent, whereas uh, you are a great fool. So he was insulting Dronacharya in those words, and was also pointing him out that now see the results of your foolishness. So you did not think about this result, but here it is now. So that was Duryodhana's intention in speaking these words, and also because you are naturally lenient towards Pandavas, so you may not want to fight with them. So Duryodhana wanted to ensure that such things should not happen. Dronacharya should be very active in this fight against Pandavas. So that's why he purposefully insulted Dronacharya. That is the that is the view Acharyas explain here. That because Duryodhana he was a good diplomat, so he knew how to motivate someone. So he, through the means of insulting Dronacharya, he encouraged Dronacharya that don't be lenient. You have to fight. You have come here for fighting, and don't think that okay, I will fight with others, but I will not fight with Pandavas. Never. This thought should not come into your mind. So that was Duryodhana's intention in speaking these words. Baldev Vidyabhushan also mentions the same thing. That Koputpadanaya, just to increase his anger towards Pandavas, he used these words. Okay. And now I'll just briefly explain how uh, Drupada and Drona, they at once they were uh, friends. They were studying in the same Gurukula, but somehow that they developed this enmity. And how was it developed? That I will just briefly mention. Uh, Dronacharya's father, uh, his name is Bharadwaj, Sage Bharadwaj, and Sage Bharadwaj had a disciple called Agnivesh, and Drupad and Dronacharya both were students at the place of this Agnivesha. So Sage Agnivesha taught military science to both Drupada and Dronacharya. And in the childhood, while they were studying in Gurukula, they were good friends and uh, very kind to each other. And Drupada once told him that once I become the king, I will share half of my kingdom with you because you are my everything. You are my friend. So that was the sin in the early childhood. But it so happens that when Drupada becomes a king, uh, he forgets all these things. And once when Dronacharya, remembering his old friendship with Drupada, comes to his place and reminds him of this uh, his pratigya, his vow that he would share his half of the kingdom with me. Drupada insults him in the assembly that you are so foolish that uh, how dare you can say such things. Friendship can happen only on the same platform. As a warrior cannot have a friendship with someone who is not a warrior, or a brahmana who cannot have a friendship with someone who is not a brahmana. So how can you expect that you are so poor? You are so poor, and I'm a king. How can there be a friendship between a king and a poor person? So if you want some food, I can provide. Otherwise, you are free to go from here. So, by these words, he insulted Dronacharya, and Dronacharya decided in his mind that he would take revenge for these words. And then, uh, as time goes, he gets appointed as the teacher of Kauravas and Pandavas. And there, after completing the study under Dronacharya, all the Kauravas and Pandavas were assembled, and Guru Dronacharya instruct them that you must give me one Guru Dakshina, and that Guru Dakshina is that you have to bring Drupada under my control. You have to conquer his kingdom and bring him to me. So all the Kauravas and Pandavas they grant this Guru Dakshina, and they very happily they march towards uh, Drupada's kingdom. And particularly Arjuna, he shows his exceptional talents in military science and captures Drupada alive and hands him over to Dronacharya. Then Dronacharya reminds him of his old friendship that uh, we were friends, and once you promised that you would give half of the kingdom to me. But it so happened that you rejected me on the plea that I'm not a king, but now I am a king. I have conquered your kingdom. So do you want to keep that friendship with me? I will, but don't, and you did not keep your promise, but I will keep this promise, my promise. So I will give half of the kingdom to you, and we can continue our friendship. What do you think about this? So you'll become the king of uh, southern part of Panchal, and I will become the king of northern part of the Panchal. So on uh, upon this, King Drupada, he had no other option, so he accepted Dronacharya's proposal. But again, he also felt insulted within that I am living on the mercy of uh, Dronacharya. So then he did some sacrifice. He uh, uh, took help of two great brahmanas. They were two brothers. One is the elder brother was called Yaja, and the uh, younger brother was named Upayaja. And with the help of these two great brahmanas, he conducted a sacrifice. And uh, when there was when sacrifice was over, uh, the elder brother Yaj, he called the queen that now you should come here and take this yajna prasadam uh, to uh, uh, create or beget exceptional sons and one daughter. But it so happened that the queen was chewing some betel nuts, and she had some uh, how to say she had some sort of angaraga, or uh, I mean she was not in a very pure condition in one short, in simple words. So she requests the sage, the sorry, the request the Brahmana Yaja that she would go and take bath, and then only she can come to touch this pure Yajna Prasadam. So upon which Yaja refuses that no, I cannot wait for that, and anyway, even if you come or don't come, I will put this dravya, this particularly this yajna prasadam, into this fire, yeah, the fire of the sacrifice, and that will also give results. Uh, So, and it so happened that the moment Yaj puts that Yajna Prasadam in the fire, sacrificial fire, first Dhrishtadyumna appears with Kavacha and with exceptional teja or effulgence, and immediately he approaches a chariot and shows his exceptional talents. And all the Panchalas uh, they become very happy that we have received such a exceptional warriors as the son of Maharaj Drupada. And immediately one uh, uh, girl was born, but that it was not like a small girl. Uh, she was Draupadi in a in a I mean the both the Dhrishtadyumna and Draupadi were not born like kids, like children. They were in their full grown up form. So Draupadi was exceptionally beautiful. Uh, Her beauty cannot be compared to any earthly or even earthly beauty, or even such kind of beauty could not be found even in heavens or among asuras or daityas. So that was Draupadi. And this Dhritarashtra particularly was invoked to kill Dronacharya. And Dhritarashtra, he knew that there is no other great teacher on this earth than Dronacharya, who can teach me this military science. And that's why he approaches Dronacharya. And Dronacharya, even though knowing that Dhrishtadyumna has been created to kill me, but I cannot deviate from my dharma of teaching him because he is a good disciple. How can I just reject him? So this is the sin, and Duryodhana is pointing uh, out this fault of Dronacharya, that you foolishly taught your disciple Dhrishtadyumna the science of military, and now he is using the same science against you. So that's the thing. Okay, so I will just complete here. If there is any question or comments, we can kindly share. This is the yes, Brihanta.
Yes, Prabhu, I have two questions.
Okay.
First question is that uh, if the presence of pious kings can bring peace, then why there were fights among the kings before, which is unpeaceful? Means previously there were pious kings only, and they would follow dharma. But why fights would happen among them?
Good question. So, if the kings are pious, then why would they fight among themselves? So, yes, you are correct. Those are pious, they would naturally not fight with others. But uh, the fight happens because of someone's anarthas. Or sometimes uh, there are not just pious kings in the society, there are always impious people also. So, for example, Jarasandha, he was also a king, but uh, he was demon by nature. So, if such people or such kings are ruling people, then we can never expect prosperity in the society. So, then naturally, those pious kings need to be strong and challenge kings like Jarasandha and others, so that they can keep up peace in the society. So, and sometimes there are anarthas. If see, when we say pious king, that does not mean that they are pure devotees or liberated souls. Pious means they have uh, they have tendency to follow dharma, and they are very good people. But still, the anartha of superiority could be there. That I'm superior. Why should I surrender to someone? So, uh, generally, to expand our kingdom, that is expected from any king, any kshatriya. And at the same time, uh, when we see that, someone of very exceptional strength, and he's a very good king, then it's also expected from kshatriyas that we can take the subordinate position to that king. We should welcome that subordination. So we should not unnecessarily fight with such good kings. But it so happens that if someone's anarthas are impelling someone to fight with even good kings, then nothing can be done. So, bec- out of anartha, the ego is the biggest one. So, if someone hurts someone's ego, then it's very difficult to just neglect it, even though uh, we may get good advice from our well wishers, and even we know that what is good or bad, but somehow or other our false ego does not allow us to work on it. So that is also a reality. We also see fight among Vaishnava kings. It would be very surprising that how Vaishnava kings can fight among themselves. Both are Vaishnavas, then we should naturally just offer obeisances. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya, right? But still, uh, uh, there could be fight. And so, but these are the reasons. One is anarthas, one is ego. Vaishnava kings does not mean that they are just 100% pure devotee. There could be some tinge of anartha, ego, that could be there. Okay. And
Prabhu, one
I just
more
want to add here that yesterday you had a question that how uh, just by the uh, seeds of Bharadwaja, Drona was born. But here now we have another instance where only through the uh, this Yajna Prasadam, the Dhrishtadyumna and Draupadi both were born through the fire of sacrifice. So again, it's a surprise for us because we don't see such thing in our society. So we should understand that we are very uh, insignificant creation of God, and we don't know everything about creation. So that was another point. Yes. Anything else?
Yes, Prabhuji, I want to ask one more thing. That yesterday you told about Pratiloma Anuloma marriages and about Suta.
Mm.
So, how that point came upon the discussion?
Okay. So the discussion happened because I introduced different characters, and uh, this verse beginning with Sanjaya, it says that Sanjay informed King Dhritarashtra about the uh, scene on the battlefield. So it was all about Sanjaya's background, that how Sanjaya could inform King Dhritarashtra what was his position and how could he see the scene on the battlefield when uh, he was just sitting with King Dhritarashtra. So I just mentioned about his background. So Sanjaya was the son of Suta Gavalgana. So he was the son of Suta Gavalgana, and just to mention that what Suta means, I narrated this explanation because uh, once we understand that this is the background of Sanjaya, and this is the reason why he was with King Dhritarashtra, and he explained all these things, then we get a better picture of the whole complete scenario. So that was the reason. Okay.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Okay. So we will complete here. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। श्रील व्यास देव की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण। Thank you all for joining this course. Hare Krishna.